Good evening and welcome to PlayOnSports.com. We're here at St. Augustine High School for this non-league match between the St. Augustine Saints and the Olympian Eagles. Good evening, everybody. I'm Andrew Jensen alongside John Henry. And John, it was a little scramble to get over here, but we're here now, and it should be an entertaining basketball game here starting in just a few moments.
Yeah, we've got the St. Augustine Saints coming in with a very strong record on the year of 18-4 and 8-2 in league. And then the Olympian Eagles coming in just under 500 at 11-13. But this is why we play the game. Come out on Saturday afternoon, early evening game, and these boys are ready to play.
Olympian 11-13, St. Augustine 18-4. Olympian had a really rough start to the season, but have kind of got on track a little bit here to bring their record close to 500. They're 4-4 in league. Meanwhile, St. Augustine having a very solid season, 18-4, 8-2 in league. And, of course, their nemesis Cathedral has a couple of those wins over the St. Augustine team. But a lot of people are predicting it's going to be a rematch with St. Augustine and Cathedral come the Division III finals here in about a month.
Yeah, they've actually lost to them 3 times now this year already. Once in a tournament, the second time in league, and then the third time in league again, pushing it into overtime and dropping that one. And that was their most recent meeting. So every time they play Cathedral, they're getting a little bit better, figuring out that team a little bit more. And if it becomes a fourth time, I feel like Cathedral's going to have a tough time against this St. Augustine Saints offense.
And Olympian will try to pull the upset here. They're in their road black, and St. Augustine will be in their home white. And the St. Augustine gym has kind of a Hoosiers feel to it. Kind of a smaller gym, but very loud. You got the band playing in the corner. A lot of tradition here. You look around, there's banners every inch of the way from all the championship teams they've had here throughout the years. We're underway. San Diego has the ball, fires, and misses the pull-up jump shot. Offensive rebound by Lamar. And he's going to go up, and he'll be fouled. He'll head to the line to shoot two. So just like that, St. Augustine will try to get on the board with free throws.
And you mentioned before this game, Andrew, the size of St. Augustine. We've got Brenton Lamar, who just took that ball to the hoop. Very hard, heading to UC Davis next year, coming in at 6'3", and his partner in crime, Drew Madsen, down low, senior, 6'5", not to mention Trey Kell coming in at 6'4". Do the Eagles have an answer to their size and their power down low besides these fouls?
And that's going to be the big question, because there's really no answer. I mean, St. Augustine from 1 through 5, other than maybe San Diego, 2 through 5, I should say, are bigger than these Olympian players. As Lamar drills both free throws to give Saints an early 2-0 advantage. San Diego plays great defense. He is hounding Andre Vargas. Pass up top over to Cervantes. Swing to the corner. Crossover, putting up a tough floater, won't go as Vargas, and the rebound comes down to St. Augustine.
Brent Jones with some great defense there.
San Diego had a good look down low to Madsen, but they're going to reset. Now a 3 from the corner is going to be short from Kell. He follows his own shot and gets the rebound. Now another wide open look from the corner. That one is no good as well. That one from Brent Jones. Another offensive rebound, and Trey Kell puts it up and in to give Saints an early 4-0 lead. Offensive rebounds and the size showing there. And a turnover from Olympian on the inbound pass will give it back to the Saints.
Yeah, only a minute in, we've already got 3 offensive rebounds for the St. Augustine Saints. And the rebounds, as a coach, I'm sure they work on it, from day one. Coach Alex Salazar coaching his boys to box out. I mean, that's just a position. Get in position, box your man out, and get the ball. I mean, that's something that's just a hustle play that they can fix. It's an easy fix for them.
And Lamar scores on the inbound pass, 6-0. St. Augustine on top. We're only about a minute 15 in. Vargas splits the defenders, gets in the paint, puts up a shot with the left hand. It's short, and the rebound comes down to Brent Jones. And a foul, or travel is going to be called on Kell. And we'll give it back to the Eagles.
And the St. Augustine big men, we've already mentioned their size, but Trey Kell and Brenton Lamar also very comfortable with the ball in their hand, driving up the court. They're a travel called, unforced error, but typically those two are the guys that are very confident bringing that ball up the court.
Jones trying to get free and loses possession. St. Augustine gives it right back, a steal from Cervantes. Cervantes picks up his dribble, gets it over to Vargas. Vargas at the free throw line. Nice pass down low, and the missed layup from Wallace. Beautiful look from Vargas to Wallace. Wallace just couldn't convert. Ball is knocked out of bounds. It will stay with, or they're going to call a foul. And they're going to call that on Drew Madsen.
Interesting defense Saints is playing so far. They're pressuring the Olympian Eagles all the way out past the three-point line, and that kind of opens up that down-low pass that they just made for the easy look at the basket.
Cervantes back to Vargas. And a foul as Cervantes went up with it, and it looks like they're going to say that was in the act of shooting. That will send Cervantes to the line to shoot 2.
And that's 2 quick ones on Drew Madsen. We're going to see a quick substitution. Martin Tomba coming in, the freshman for St. Augustine, to replace Madsen.
First free throw from Cervantes, no good. Tomba coming in, and only a freshman, putting up significant numbers here this year for the Saints, getting a lot of playing time, and he's going to be a force. Puts a little bit of weight on him. He's going to be a tough big man for a couple more years here for the Saints. As Cervantes drills the second free throw.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you see freshmen out here playing at the high school level. A lot of them are 13, 14 years old, mind you, and he's coming in at 6'5", and when you say put a little meat on the bones, he's got time to do that.
Trey Kell drills a 3 for his 5th point, and the lead up to 8, 9-1. Samaniego putting on some pressure, and Vargas able to get across. Vargas over to Jones, and Samaniego comes up with a steal. Throws it to Kell, and Kell will lay it up and in. So Kell with 7 points in the first 3 minutes of this ball game.
And Trey Kell doing a little bit of everything. Offensive boards, defensive boards, three-pointers, getting the outlet pass under the rim. I mean, just a little bit of everything. All around good player. And a steal, mind you.
And a steal right there. And a dunk.
And a dunk.
To finish. Timeout Olympian. 13-1. St. Augustine all over Olympian in the early going here. 4:57 left in the first quarter on PlayOnSports.com.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all of their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information as well as links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
I'm Andrew Jensen alongside John Henry, Dan Stewart, our videographer, and Finn Pendergrass, our producer this evening here at St. Augustine High School, right in the heart of San Diego in the North Park area. Storied tradition here.
And you mentioned those banners before, Andrew. I was looking around, and I think the oldest one I see is from 1960. So,
did you call that game?
Oh no, I wasn't quite thinking about playing broadcasting quite yet.
No, there's banners all over the place as Jones fires a mid-range shot and drills it for the first field goal for the Olympian. Gives them 3 points, 13-3. But yeah, St. Augustine, one of in every sport they play, or basketball, football, they have a storied program. And a 3 is drilled from Brent Jones, his first field goal, and the lead back up to 16-3. Steal on the inbounds momentarily, but Olympian gets it back. Jones straight away. That's Kinnaman who's in. Back over to Jones. Picks up his dribble. And back up top to Kinnaman.
The St. Augustine defense is so difficult to penetrate.
Kinnaman misses the 3. The rebound comes down to Brenton Lamar. Lamar is going to bring it up himself. Swings over. Now Samaniego on the corner. Up top to Kell. Wide open 3 from the wing. Got it.
And he is going to continue to hit those shots if he's given any kind of space. The Eagles need to slow him down because tonight it is the Trey Kell show, putting up 10 already in the first quarter.
He's only a junior as well, so he'll be back next year. He's already getting numerous looks from programs, and he's going to be a great collegiate player when his career is done here. Layup is no good off the steal. Brent Jones is fouled, and Jones will head to the line to shoot 2.
And I'm going to take back my last statement of 10 points. He's already got 12 points here in the first quarter.
So on pace for, what, 48 points?
Yeah, if he doesn't score in the next 3 minutes, yes.
Wow. He is a special player, and really the first free throw is drilled from Brent Jones. He was really put on the map. I mean, he's a great player, but he had a great showing in the Torrey Pines Holiday Tournament up at Torrey Pines High against some national caliber teams. And from that point on, he has really caught the attention of collegiate programs. As the second free throw is drilled from Jones.
And speaking of that tournament, that was a tournament that St. Augustine made it to the final game, the championship game, and ended up losing in that final game. And then their other 3 losses have been to Cathedral. I mean, they've lost to 2 teams this year, pretty much dominating San Diego County, save Cathedral.
And again, I'm willing to bet that Cathedral and Saints are going to meet up in the finals. Tough shot there from Humphrey. Christian Humphrey gets on the board. But yeah, I'm willing to bet it's going to be St. Augustine and Cathedral. Bad pass by Samaniego is picked off by Humphrey. He's going to push it forward. It's kicked out of bounds, and it will stay here. And the shot clock will reset. 21-5 is the score. 3:10 left here in the first quarter.
And this Eagles team has plenty of talented players to be able to put some points up on the board and keep this thing close here in the first quarter. They just got to keep pressuring that Saints defense.
Up top, Kinnaman drives in, spins at the free throw line. Tough D by Kell. Kinnaman puts up a shot, misses, and the rebound, offensive rebound by Humphrey. They'll get it back up top. Swing to the wing. Three-point shot won't go from Christian Humphrey, and the rebound comes down to St. Augustine. Samaniego pulls up from the elbow. It's short. Tombe with the rebound and puts it up and in.
And the freshman, Martin Samba, with his first 2 of the night. Just great offensive rebound. Good hustle play there.
Lamar almost came up with a steal. Swing out to Kinnaman for 3. No good. And the rebound is knocked out of bounds. It will go to St. Augustine. They came out with some intensity on this Saturday evening. St. Augustine putting on the full court press and not giving Olympian any kind of hope to stick around. So obviously a lot of time left, but St. Augustine coming out firing on all cylinders so far.
And on both ends of the court too, Andrew. I mean, only allowing the Eagles to put up 5 points so far, contesting every shot, nothing easy, only 1 or 2 offensive boards made, but just catching everything off the glass and not letting the Eagles find any easy points.
Lamar to Monroe. Monroe fires a 3 from the top of the key and drills it. And Monroe, another freshman that gets significant playing time for the St. Augustine team, gets on the board to extend the lead to 21, 26-5. Let's see if Olympian can get a positive possession here as game is getting away from him early. Tough shot and a foul, and that will send Aaron Logan to the free throw line, the senior. And that is a good possession for Olympian. Try to get some points here, chip away at this lead.
And I think if they can get in the paint and continue to but go aggressively to the rim and put those shots up, they're going to get fouled or they're going to make the shots or both. And then if they can convert on the free throws, then that's going to be a good way to kind of chip away at this lead and start getting back in this game.
Logan misses the first of 2. But he'll have another one coming here. Logan getting set for the second. It's up, and that one is good. 26-6, 1:39 left. Olympian trying to put on a little bit of a press. Nice pass down low. Tombe misses the layup. Jake Ryan had a beautiful look down low, and Tombe couldn't finish.
And he's shaking his head as he runs back down the court. Knows he's got to hit that one. Just such quick transition from the St. Augustine Saints moving up the field court.
Christian Humphrey down low. Tough shot by Christopher Humphrey, won't go. Kell, nice pass down low, and Ryan misses the layup this time. Offensive rebound is put up and in from Brent Jones. That's his 7th point of this first quarter, 28-6, 58 seconds left. Vargas over to Humphrey, nice pass down low, reverse layup won't go from Kinnaman, and the rebound comes to the Saints. Pushing forward to Ryan. Ryan at the Kell. Kell fires a 3, got it.
Wow.
Making it look easy is
Trey
Kell.
Only his 3rd 3 of this first quarter.
That's it? Come on, Trey. He is a special player. 25 seconds remaining in this first quarter, 31-6. Vargas up top. Humphrey from the elbow, and it's off the side of the rim. Offensive rebounds, and that shot is missed from Logan. We have a whistle, and it goes out of bounds to St. Augustine, so they can get the final shot here with 14 seconds left. Olympian putting on a press. Kell almost threw it away, gets it to Monroe. 7 seconds. Up to Kell. Kell fires an NBA range three, drills it.
My goodness. If he continues to shoot like this the rest of the season, it's going to be tough to stop the Saints. I'll tell you what, Andrew.
34-6 at the end of the first quarter, and Trey Kell is putting on a show, ladies and gentlemen.
A little bit. That's a easy statement there. That's an easy one to put down. But the highlight sheet here is getting full already in the first quarter.
So that will do it for the first quarter. 34-6. St. Augustine on top.
We'll have live coverage of basketball from around the country in March as we hit the section and state championships. March Madness will reign around California and beyond as we bring you action from one end of the country to the other. Join us in March for championship basketball coverage brought to you by your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all of their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
I'm Andrew Jensen alongside John Henry as we are ready to start the second quarter. Trey Kell had 18 points in that first quarter. 18 of his team's 34. And Brent Jones chipped in with 7. Britton Lamar with 4. Eric Monroe 3. Martin Tumbe 2. And the scoring for Olympian in that first quarter, Ricky Jones with 2, Christian Humphrey with 2, Nestor Cervantes with 1, and Logan with 1. Mid-range jump shot from Wallace won't go. Rebound comes down to St. Augustine, and Trey Kell is not able to score because he is not in the game to start this second quarter, although I wouldn't hold it past him to be able to score from the bench the way he's been shooting. Ryan gets in the paint, misses the layup, knocked out of bounds, stays with St. Augustine.
Now, if you're the Eagles here, Andrew, I mean, they've had signs of success. If they can start hitting those three-point shots, it's going to force the St. Augustine defense to come out and cover, and it will open up that underneath the rim area in the paint and get some more high percentage shots. But it all starts beyond the arc. If they can hit some three-pointers here, try to draw that defense out.
It's still a lot of time left, but they're going to have to do something about what they just gave up right there. An offensive rebound to Jake Drapp, who puts it up and in for his first field goal, and that's really what's killing, besides Trey Kell, is the offensive rebounds.
Right, the size differential, the offensive rebound differential for Saints, it's very high for Saints at the moment.
Vargas misses a tough shot. Monroe bringing it up, goes behind the back, swings outside. Over to Jones, thought about the three, picks up his dribble. Now Lamar will lay it up and in.
Brenton Lamar with a relatively quiet first quarter, kind of taking over there, doing it himself on the nice pass from outside.
And that's such an advantage for the St. Augustine team. Even without Trey Kell, if he happens to be out of the game or has a bad game for whatever reason, you have Brenton Lamar to step up. So you have two legitimate scorers.
And it seems like they have somebody in each position, you know, somebody bringing the ball up, somebody shooting threes, and they're 2 or 3 deep looking across that bench.
And a tough shot and the foul. What Olympian was looking for there is Aaron Logan drills the shot, and he was fouled, so he'll head to the line and try to complete the three-point play.
And not an easy shot, as you mentioned, a tough shot from Logan, but able to power through the foul, finish the bucket from about 10 feet away, 12 feet away. Now he's got opportunity for the old-fashioned three here.
Trey Kell will check back into the ballgame for the Saints. And three-point play is completed from Logan as he drills the free throw. 38-9, 6:27 left. Kell up top. Three-point shot is up and good from Brent Jones. And right now, St. Augustine can do no wrong.
And it's got to be so frustrating if you're Olympian because you're doing a good job on defense. It's just you're not getting out and pressuring that NBA range three because they're not used to covering that. So when you have to cover half the court, it's really a new game for you.
Swing over to the corner and a tough shot. And an offensive foul is called on Keon Wallace. He scored the bucket but wave it off as he is called with a charge.
Keon Wallace doing a good job of getting into the paint again, taking the ball strong into the St. Augustine heart of that defense. And, you know, that's kind of a 50-50 call. Half the time that's going to be a foul on the offense, and half the time it's going the other way.
41-9. Lamar from the corner, swings it up top. Another three is up from Jones, and this one misses. And the rebound comes down to Olympian. Olympian pushing Vargas. He's going to fire a long jump shot. No good, but an offensive rebound from Olympian, as Christian Humphrey had that. And Olympian will reset. 41-9, 5:25 left in the half. Nice crossover, swing out to Vargas. He'll fire a three from the left wing, cannot get the roll. And Lamar with the rebound for St. Augustine. He's going to fire to Kell. Kell, beautiful look down low, and score the bucket to Jake Drapp and give the assist to Trey Kell.
And Drapp just being in the right place at the right time. He made it look easy, but believe you me, he sprinted all the way down the court to get to that spot, held off his defender, and put in the high percentage shot.
Pass down low. Logan picks up his dribble. Got away with a travel, it looks like, but he'll score the bucket. Oh. I apologize. I was calling him Jake Drapp. It's Jack.
I'm sure there's a couple parents out there that
just want to make sure we get that right.
If they could, they would let you know.
My apology. So 43-11, 4 minutes and 36 seconds left in the half. And Lamar is going to inbound from underneath to Samaniego. He's like, every coach would love a point guard like Samaniego. He doesn't really care about his scoring, as I say that he shoots and drills it.
Makes it.
But he is more of getting his teammates involved, and he plays just so intense, such intense defense. He doesn't care about his own numbers, and when he does shoot, as we saw right there, he's able to make a beautiful pass on the other end, however, and Cervantes scores the bucket.
Yeah, Nate Samaniego for the St. Augustine Saints. His defense, I mean, you look at him and he doesn't have those real long arms. He's not the tallest guy out there, but on defense he is so pesky is a good word for it, I think, and just a hustle player. Like you said, his stats aren't the highest, but if you're a coach and you've got a guy like that on the team who you can put out there at any point and know that he's going to do exactly his job, that's just huge. And credit to Nate Samaniego for being that guy as a senior this year for Saints.
Well, he turned it over right there off a carry, but we're jinxing him here.
Yeah.
But typically, again, does all the dirty work that the box score doesn't always show. And he gets right, as we're watching him right there, right up on the offensive player. Three-point shot won't go from Cervantes. Kell with the rebound to Lamar. Lamar's reverse layup is good. 47-13, 3.5 to go here. Three-point shot on the other end, no good. And the rebound comes down to St. Augustine. Lamar up to Kell. Kell thought about the jump shot, gets it back to Lamar. Loses it. Samaniego picks up the loose ball. Swings to Kell. Kell fires an NBA range three. That one well off the mark. And the rebound comes down to Olympian.
Trey Kell is human, just a reminder.
Three-point shot. Cervantes drills it.
And Nestor Cervantes coming here with 5 points in the second quarter so far. And just little rolls here and there, little bits of momentum. If the Eagles can continue to chip away at this lead, get it to maybe 20 by halftime, and then there's still plenty of time left, folks. Don't go anywhere by any means.
Olympian calls a timeout after that made bucket to get their defense in position. 47-16, St. Augustine on top, 2:58 left in the first half.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information as well as links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Again, I'm Andrew Jensen alongside John Henry, Dan Stewart, our videographer, and Finn Pendergrass, our producer here from St. Augustine High School, right in the heart of San Diego, California. So coming out of the timeout, St. Augustine will inbound from underneath Olympian's bucket. Olympian looking a little bit more comfortable offensively this quarter than they did in the first.
Couple shots starting to drop.
And Drew Madsen scores his first field goal as he puts up a little floater. Kinnaman has it. Swing over to Vargas. Vargas behind the three-point line on the left side. Almost threw the ball away to Cervantes. Cervantes being guarded by Kell. Now picks up his dribble. Over to Vargas. Vargas, nice crossover, gets in the paint. Beautiful pass down low and missed layup from Ricky Jones. And the ball is knocked out of bounds to St. Augustine. But a beautiful look from Vargas. Jones just couldn't finish.
Yeah, good ball movement there. Andre Vargas keeping the handle on the ball. He's tough to cover. Nate Samaniego doing a good job keeping him on his heels tonight.
And Madsen is hit hard as he goes up for a layup. He can't finish the shot, but he'll head to the line to shoot two.
And credit the St. Augustine offense. 8 different guys on the score sheet so far, putting up points, contributing to this lead they have at the moment.
So Madsen's first free throw is good. Third point of the evening, as St. Augustine with 2:12 left in the second quarter has already hit the 50 mark. A lot of high school teams don't see the 50 number on the scoreboard until midway through the fourth quarter, if at all. 51-16 as Madsen drills both of them. Vargas up to Cervantes. Cervantes swings over to the left side to Kinnaman. Cervantes' tough follow-away shot won't go, and the rebound comes down to Brent Jones. And Samaniego now has it with 1:45 left on the clock in the first quarter, or first half, and Samaniego again called for a carry. It's the second one he has had. And that's one of those calls, it really depends on the officiating crew, because a lot of officials will let that go.
Right.
And so he's going to have to adjust it, because obviously these officials are calling it, whereas others may not. So he's going to have to adjust his game.
Yeah, you see it in high school, you see it in college, you see it at the professional level. It's almost a referee by referee call because 20 years ago, every single dribble that is today, it was a carry then. And it's just kind of evolved throughout the years, but today, you can't carry right there.
Olympian turns it over, and they commit the foul as Jones was bringing the ball up. That is their 5th team foul. 1:24 left in the half. Samaniego bringing the ball up, crosses half court. Trey Kell. Swing over to Samaniego on the left side. Wide open look. He'll fire the shot. Banks it in. I don't know if he meant to do that, but it counts all the same.
He'll tell you he did.
Yeah. That's a tough place to bank it in from. Drills a 3:53-16. Trey Kell has been quiet the second quarter, but the rest of the team has continued their torrid shooting. 3-point shot from Olympian won't go, and Lamar has the rebound to Kell. 3-point shot off the back of the rim from Brent Jones, and the rebound comes down to Olympian. 40 seconds left in the half. Oh, there's a travel from Kinnaman. We'll give it back to St. Augustine. 35 seconds, 35.5 on the clock, so only a half-second difference between the shot and game clock. So, in essence, St. Augustine can hold for the final shot. Vargas commits a foul near half court, but they had a foul to give.
And going back to that last play, Joaquin Kinnaman trying to stop his momentum. He was going almost full speed. Ended up trying to the 360 to finish, and I feel like he should have just pump faked and then gone up with it. Either way, it's going to be St. Augustine ball going the other way.
Timeout, Saints. 30.4 left in the first half, 53-16. All St. Augustine here.
We'll have live coverage of basketball from around the country in March as we hit the section and state championships. March Madness will reign around California and beyond as we bring you action from one end of the country to the other. Join us in March for championship basketball coverage brought to you by your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
So St. Augustine and Olympian in this non-league game as the season is approaching an end. Thursday is going to be the last day of the regular season here, and then Saturday is the playoff selection meetings, and then the brackets are released on Saturday. So the season has flown by, and it's already playoff time. So St. Augustine, at this rate, will probably be the number 2 seed, with Cathedral already beating them 3 times, both of them being in Division III. But other than those two, no one really sticks out in Division III. And so if it's played out right now, St. Augustine would have the 2 seed.
And that's what we were talking about before when St. Augustine Cathedral potentially meeting in that final matchup, the 1 and 2 seeds, winning a few games each, getting a bye, and then winning a few games each. That's kind of what's being predicted at the moment, as long as things continue as they are.
Kale Jones back to Kale, wide open look for three, got it to end the quarter.
Just amazing ball movement by the St. Augustine Saints. Olympian doing a good job hustling, trying to catch up with that ball. Not able to do it, and Trey Kell putting the frosting on top of the cake there.
So that will do it for the first half. 56-16, all St. Augustine here on PlayOnSports.com. We'll step aside for the halftime break. We'll come back in a little bit for the second half, again on PlayOnSports.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
Welcome back to PlayOnSports.com as we are just moments away from the start of the second half here from St. Augustine High School, where the Saints have a commanding 56-16 lead over the visiting Olympian Eagles. John Henry, it's trying to find the positives in this for Olympian. They're coming out here. They're definitely playing hard. It's just right now the size difference, and it's really getting to them.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is the offensive rebounds that St. Augustine has been able to secure, and then the points that come off of those. I mean, Olympian hasn't been able to get those same offensive rebounds on the other side of the court, but they're also not able to stop the St. Augustine Saints from putting up a shot and either it going in or Saints getting a rebound. The Saints are just pounding that board, and that's just a big hustle play. So I think on both sides of the ball, if you're Saints, you want to keep to your fundamentals. Nate Samaniego, two turnovers because of carries. You know, stop doing that. That's an easy fix. If you're the Eagles, same thing. Start boxing people out. Start getting the body on everybody, and then see where this game kind of ends up. And then on the other side of it, you got to start taking some chances, taking bigger shots. If you're the Eagles, start getting back into this one.
We're going to have a completely different lineup here to start the second half. We have the two freshmen, Tumbe and Monroe, in there, along with Jake Ryan. And we've got
a few different numbers
yeah,
here.
I'm trying to find that number on the far side there. That's Peterson. There we go. I couldn't see the zero, so that's Peterson, and Dallas hopped in the game as well for St. Augustine, getting their subs an opportunity to get some experience here with the commanding lead. Tough shot won't go from Logan to open up this third quarter, and St. Augustine will go the other way. They throw the ball away, however, and now Olympian will try to answer. Jones lays it up and in off the glass.
Ricky Jones getting the steal on the hustle play, and then right back at the other end, finishing strong.
Peterson has it on the other end, up top to Monroe. Just underway here in the third quarter, 56-18. If you're just tuning in, St. Augustine has the lead. They have commanded from the opening tip. Hopped inside the free throw line, up top to Monroe. Swing over to the left. Now three-point shot from Ryan is drilled. Jake Ryan with his first field goal.
And that's going to be the 9th player on the St. Augustine team tonight to score. And I'm sure they're trying to spread the love all around.
Shot inside won't go from Cervantes. Peterson up top to Ryan. Ryan just inside the three-point line, picks up his dribble up the hot. And a whistle for a travel will give it back to Olympian.
Again, back to those fundamentals. Hop there, taking one extra step, not putting the dribble down early enough. Got to get the easy things right, and then you can start hitting those long-range threes and beating the best teams in San Diego.
Vargas bringing the ball up. Solid point guard for Olympians. Had some good looks here this evening, but his teammates not able to convert it. Cervantes drills a mid-range jump shot there. He is the leading scorer with 8 points for Olympian in this game.
Now Cervantes, when he gets an open look, and just a little bit of space in between him and the defense, he's been able to put those shots away. Look for him to continue to keep shooting and look for Olympian to find open lanes to get him open.
Ryan misses the layup. St. Augustine gets the ball back after a miscue from Olympian. Three-point shot off the back of the rim from Hopt. Monroe with the offensive rebound. He'll fire a three from the left wing, and he drills it. Or they're going to say it's a two, a long two from the freshman Eric Monroe, his second field goal of the game, his 5th point.
And it's so funny for the Saints, this kind of second squad that started this half. There are a lot of guys that we've been saying all year, these guys get a lot of minutes. And even though this is second and sometimes third string in some positions, that's how deep the St. Augustine bench is. They can call on a couple of these freshmen that are out here starting the second half in crucial moments to just eat up a few minutes to replace somebody who's gotten into foul trouble in crucial games. That's so huge getting into the playoffs.
61-20, Monroe turns it over there. Gives it back to Olympian. And it also gives all these guys experience. Most of these guys are underclassmen.
Right.
For the future, once the Trey Kells and the Brent Lamars graduate, you're going to have this other class come up with the Monroe and Tombe and guys of that. Nate Peterson, only a junior.
Right.
That give them a valuable experience.
Exactly.
Out of this group, it's, I believe Ryan is the only senior that's out there right now. All the rest are underclassmen, so all these guys are gaining some valuable experience there as Olympian turns it over. 61-20, 4:59 left in the third. And Monroe bringing the ball up to Peterson. Three-point shot from the wing. It's an air ball from Peterson, and the rebound is controlled by Olympian. They're going to push forward. Nice look. Reverse layup is up and in from Keon Wallace, his first field goal of the game.
And that's just hustle there. Keon Wallace getting down the court, getting in position behind the defense, and a beautiful pass. I believe that was from Andre Vargas. Not positive, though. Don't quote me on that. And able to finish for the 2-point conversion.
Foul called on, I believe they called that on Christian Humphrey. Monroe to the left over to Hops, top to Ryan. Back to Tombe. Tombe inside the paint. Puts up a shot, lays it up and in.
A great move by the freshman Tomba, excuse me. And that's almost a veteran move there as he kind of swung that ball low, picked it straight back up high, and finished strong.
And we're going to have the next tier of players getting ready to check in for St. Augustine as we have, looks like Cooper DeGraw coming in. And we have Drapp checking in, Jack Drapp checking in, and the other player is John Dixon coming in as well. So everybody getting some PT here.
Those are 3 seniors getting out there. As much as we spoke about how deep this Saints team is and how young they are, they've got some senior leadership too, which is always crucial and essential in teams that are going to be successful throughout the year.
Shot won't go from Olympian, but the ball is knocked out of bounds by the Saints, so the Eagles will inbound from underneath. Vargas has the basketball from the wing, picks up his dribble, and a hold down low. And I believe that's going against Dallas Hop. We'll see who they get on the hold down low, and it is going to be against Hop. That's his first personal, and the second on the Saints this half. Ball is inbounded. Vargas has it. 3:48 left here in the third. Vargas slips to the ground. Peterson comes up with a loose ball. And Peterson lost it momentarily. He has it. Will pull up from a long 2 off the back of the rim. And the ball knocked out of bounds, and it goes to Olympian.
And Cooper DeGraw getting in down low, trying to win that offensive rebound. Just glanced off of him and went out of bounds. It's going to be Olympian ball coming forward. Now, if you're Olympian here, I think you got to really start focusing on doing things correctly. You know, simple passes, moving off the ball quite a bit, and then looking for shots like that. Decent look there by number 2, Keon Wallace. Just couldn't quite convert.
St. Augustine, almost a travel there called against Cooper DeGraw. Able to get rid of it. Over to Peterson, fires a 3 off the side of the rim, and the rebound comes down to the Eagles.
Wallace with a big rebound there on the defensive side.
Pass down low to Humphrey. Or check that. That's down to, it is Christopher Humphrey. Vargas spins into the paint. Nice pass down low, and the shot is up and in from Christopher Humphrey. So that's Humphrey's first field goal of the ball game, and credit Vargas with the assist.
Beautiful assist there. Vargas taking it in deep, kind of penetrating that defense and drawing 2 or 3 defenders, and just the easy dish off to Humphrey, who was able to go up strong, draw the contact, and get the opportunity for a three-point play, which he can't quite convert on.
Yeah, Humphrey misses the free throw. Driving in is hopped. His shot was a little short, and Olympian pulls down the rebound. So Olympian trying to get some sort of momentum here as they trail big, 63-24, 2:35 remaining in the third. Vargas trying to get it down low. We're going to have another hold call. This one going against Peterson. So this third team for St. Augustine coming in, showing a little bit of inexperience here. A lot of holding going on down in the post. Going against the first team of Olympian. Nice shot down low, up and in from Aaron Brigham, his first bucket of the ball game.
And you see Olympian now playing with a little more confidence, and sometimes that's all you need. You start hitting a couple different shots, you get a couple stops, and now you feel more confident when you're shooting, and that's why they're drawing this contact. That's why they're finishing these shots.
Almost turns the ball over is Peterson. They will stay with St. Augustine as Olympian was the last to touch it. Peterson has it, trying to bring the ball up. Up top. Spinning in the paint and fouled is Cooper DeGraw. He'll head to the line and try to score his first field goal, or first point, I should say, of the ball game.
You see Cooper DeGraw with that big yellow knee brace on. As a senior, I'm kind of assuming, I don't know the story, but I'm assuming he had an injury that was probably pretty devastating, probably an MCL or an ACL that took a while to come back from, and now he's just kind of getting back into the swing of things, getting out on the court and getting some time.
And drills both free throws to bring the lead back to 65-26. Vargas bringing the ball up here for Olympian. Humphrey on the wing behind the three-point line. 1:37 left here in the third. Vargas has the ball stripped away. Fight for the loose ball. We're going to have a timeout called by Olympian. So they call a timeout to stay possession. 1:32 left in the third. 65-26 St. Augustine.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all of their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. I'm
Andrew Jensen alongside John Henry here at St. Augustine High. And it's hard to believe that the basketball season is coming to an end. It seems like just the other day we were at the Torrey Pines covering the tournament there at the beginning of the season. And here we are now at the end. And we'll be covering state championships here coming up very shortly, which is always fun and entertaining.
The madness. Let the madness begin, Andrew. March Madness right around the corner here, folks.
And not only basketball, we're going to be covering every sport. I know we'll be doing even badminton. That'll be a first for me to do a play-by-play for badminton. So I'll have to do some studying before I get on the air there.
And some wrestling as well. That'll be a new one for me. Great take.
Missed layup off the take, but it was a good job getting in there. And Humphrey gets the offensive rebound and puts it up and in. Christian Humphrey. So we got Christopher and Christian Humphrey on the court, both seniors out there for Olympian. Twin brothers, also very stellar football players for the Eagle football program. Three-point shot is an air ball from DeGraw. Ball knocked out of bounds. We'll go to Olympian. 59 seconds left here in the third. Vargas bringing the ball up. Brigham, who is seeing some action here in this third quarter. Humphrey loses control of it, and Wallace was there for the offensive rebound, but the ball is knocked away, and St. Augustine comes up with it. Hops swings across to Peterson, a wide open three off the side of the rim, and the loose ball comes down to Olympian, but I believe he was stepping out of bounds, and it will go back to St. Augustine with 32 seconds left.
We've seen Peterson. It looks like every shot he takes, he's got the confidence to take the shot, just not quite falling there. That was a fourth or fifth shot that he's taken here tonight, and man, you can tell he wants the points.
Dallas Hops picks up the ball, being guarded heavily there by Christian Humphrey. Hop picks up the dribble over to Peterson. Tough defense. Ball knocked away. Vargas comes up with it, and Vargas will lay it up and misses the shot, but he was fouled hard, so he'll head to the line to shoot two. Peterson will be whistled for the foul.
And good play there by Vargas, recognizing that Peterson was kind of trapped against the half-court line, just coming up and making the play on the ball and taking it to the other end of the court. Opportunity for two.
So Vargas at the line. First free throw is up and rims out. Vargas only has 2 points in this game, but he has done a lot as getting his teammates involved. And unfortunately, a lot of his stellar passes have not been finished, but he has done a good job of distributing the basketball. He misses both free throws. Rebound comes down to John Dixon of St. Augustine. 4 seconds remaining. 3-point shot won't go from Drapp, and that will do it for the third quarter. So after 3 quarters of play here at St. Augustine, it's the Saints 65, the Eagles of Olympian 28.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information as well as links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. We'll have live coverage of basketball from around the country in March as we hit the section and state championships. March Madness will reign around California and beyond as we bring you action from one end of the country to the other. Join us in March for championship basketball coverage brought to you by your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. So
about to start the fourth quarter here, and we may have a running clock here momentarily as this game is out of reach. 1 quarter remaining. If it reaches a certain threshold that both coaches agree to it, they will run the clock to save any of the players from feeling kind of bad. The game they don't want it to get too out of control.
Yep. Let's get out of here. Sometimes it's time to just go.
Sometimes the coaches, they know their kids and they don't want to have to put them through any extra suffering. But again, Olympian, being down as big as they are definitely still playing hard, and they, have no quit in them. They're just outsized, really, in this ballgame.
And a lot of positives coming from them too. Vargas kind of leading the offense, orchestrating everything. Everything kind of goes through him for the offense, and then guys like Nestor Cervantes able to finish longer jump shots. Real positive for Olympian.
Peterson for three won't go. Fight for the rebound, and it should be an over the back call, and it is. And I'll go back to Olympian. Just a moment ago, it was Aaron Brigham who scored on the possession. That's his 4th point. Vargas has the ball. Back to Brigham. And we have an illegal screen that's going to get called against Ricky Jones, I believe. That is going to be on Jones, and we'll give it back to the Saints.